Welcome back to the channel, guys. So tonight I'm finally going to make the video of PvP. I haven't done a PvP video in a really long time. Currently I am rank 1009. So what I plan to do in tonight's video is I want to make some STEAMWRATH team ideas. Like the team right here is one idea. My runes aren't correct because I've just finished doing the gauntlet. I'm going to try and edit out as much non-essential information as I can tonight, so that way we can get like a pretty constructed PvP idea of. Basically, I just want to go over, my take on a few things about Steam. Like, a lot of people wonder, like, is Steam just good in the gauntlet? Is Steam good in PvP? Aren't there counters to Steam? Isn't Steam easily hemmed up? And a lot of these things are true. So I want to be able to try to mix things up. We'll try a couple team ideas, like we'll try Ferris, we'll try Megatons, we'll try trait disables, we'll try turn transfers, and see if it's possible to, with only using Steam and two other monsters, climb to top 100. That's going to be my goal in tonight's video, is to go from top 1000 to top 100 only using Steam and two other monsters. And those two other monsters will change, and the runes on all three of them will change, and so forth. So without further ado, let's jump into a PvP session. Alright, so the first team configuration I'm going to try is basically leaving Steam as a scrap cleanupper, meaning the idea is going to be trait disable into baby, and we're going to change the skills because I still have it set from Gauntlet. I'm going to put Revert on there. So with this setup, I think the main thing I need instead of Revert actually is a Purr, in case we go against like double Megatons or something. But as is now, the idea is basically to defeat the cleanup, or use Steam to clean up, and my idea is going to be fight with the team until I lose and then try to make adjustments to the team. This is how I'm going to leave my defense set up. I'll go over moves maybe at the end of the video, but hopefully it will hold up long enough for us to get some attacks in. My guess is the first couple of opponents shouldn't be too hard. We have no, he's got no defense versus the baby. He doesn't take any damage though, and then we can maybe punch out. Let's see, he's got a Pump Seed Staff removing 300 and Nav's Trap removing 180. And so we're really hemmed up with the relics here, but I'm hoping that we can just punch this guy out. Let's see. The relics don't trigger, I forgot to set my Tobora's moves. They're still the same from Gauntlet, so let's see if, he shouldn't be able to do much. He's lost his CD immunity. This was definitely not a good team, but it's a good idea to get my moves switched back from Gauntlet to the normal moves that we would normally use. And just hit auto. Alright, so I fixed my moves, but so far I'm realizing that our weakness is relics. When we look here, Cryo is a huge counter to Steam. He can drain up to 1200 stamina. You can wear a Wang's shield that can drain 300 twice, and you can wear a Mana's trap that can drain 300 twice, for a total of 1200, which will bury any Steam. So hopefully here, since they're wearing strength runes, we can just get an advantage on them, would be my hope. Let's see, what was her relics are only Oblivion traps, so I should be able to punch through her. And his relics are 160, so maybe we can punch through there too. I don't know. Let's see, actually 160 and 160 is 320. So let's go with damage boost, punch there, and then a punch here. Alright, so that monster's dead. We go back to punching here. Let's see, I need 22 damage boost. His is only when you've taken his life down, so we can get a free Drazzy trigger there. And now this one is out. And we should be able to hopefully finish off Tabora and punch the Vampiro once. So you do have to read the relics. Assuming that these relics were maxed, this wouldn't work, but that's what happens when you're only in 900th place and you're not in top 100. And then here I'm just going to stack some dots and put them in a baby and hit the auto. This is a team that I feared. That's why we're running all team speed on Steam. I would love to get away with a strength on Steam, but if I put a strength on Steam, I would lower the speed of these two monsters. And you also got to remember that my Rune Guardian is on, but if my Rune Guardian was off, lowering the speed of these two monsters would make these two monsters fast enough with 3 team speed to go trait disable straight into baby. Or, I mean, straight into CDA, which would devastate us. So that's why I went with the rune setup the way it is. I should have read the relics. It's rare that someone has this on. So they're going to remove 238, 213, which means I need to steal stamina here. Yeah, 238 is just too much stamina coming off. When it dies, it comes back with a Uriel. I can get a stamina drain. And that should be enough to maybe punch this monster out. Honestly, though, they have no... Oh, wait, they do have stamina gain. Basically just using these monsters to eat these last triggers. So that team is awkward with this team for sure. Especially who the hell wears Taine's amulet and Eltron's mask on their Kodama? I mean, maybe in war. Alright, so the first Hardy team, this was kind of why I didn't go with Ferris, is that I think that a lot of Hardys are paired up with Vampira, and Ferris requires you to put a shield on a Megataunt to stop a Hardy, which doesn't stop a Vamp, so you're kind of tic-tac-toed. That's what I call it when you're screwed more than one way. Alright, so the Nabs trap does remove 180. There is no... I feel like we can get a trait disable on Hardy if we CDA Vampira. I feel like not many people run. Yeah, and then... so you got the Watts Maz. I feel like I kind of just want to pass this turn. Trait disable Hardy and then turn transfer. All right. It's going to remove 180, which isn't enough that I can't hit bomb and steal some stamina. Then I just hit auto. This should be easy. Alright, so I got another one of those awkward teams. Hopefully I can finish it off better than the last time. Go for the baby. Everything missed on Tabora. Read relics. Only have a Fury Mask and the Jaster Shazar, which is what I expect to see on Kodama, so... Alright, so the first Cryo team, the runes look pretty awful here, but I don't want to speak too soon, and then we get turn transferred on and he blows us out, but there's definitely the chance that Baby would miss on Vanos. So... there's no stamina drain on anyone but the guy that can drain a ton. So let's turn transfer. Alright, so the first double Megataunt Hardy base, and the only relic to watch out for is the one on that monster. So I think we go trait disable. hope that Shelly doesn't cast Megaton. Okay, sweet. Here I feel like we don't want to turn on any more turns. We're kind of in big trouble if he casts Megaton. So we're just going to pray he doesn't. Okay, he didn't. Take out the only real threat. If I don't have enough stamina without the strength, we just borrow some from Jazzy Trigger on the other monster. This is probably going to be a difficult match here, especially with a Mana's Trap there. Double Thetis armor doesn't matter because Jazzy Mask counters it, but the only problem with the Jazzy Mask counter is this guy has Anticipate. Everybody is going before us, and we're blinded. I feel like Megaton's not as dangerous as the dude's Anticipation. And I guess I can test and find out if Curse does double when they're vulnerable. Alright. Curse definitely does double when they're vulnerable. Alright, now let's try to kill one. So that was a pretty tough fight. I'm surprised to win it. So a lot of stamina draining here. It's going to be hard to get anything accomplished with Steam. But I don't see any nerves, so I instantly want to go. I do feel I can get one punch off on this chick, but not if I'm blinded. So I think we just Nur into turn transfer. The trap only removes 158. So once it does trigger, I can punch Shelly. Okay, well I guess not because she was so low a health. Yeah, I feel like stamina is the thing I need. I'm pretty sure once dude is out of his cooldown immunities, he is super vulnerable to cooldowns. Super easy. Alright, so this one is a much harder team for us. This is almost a direct counter. We would love to get our AoE trait disable on here. So I'm kind of thinking we purr with Lindworm. So the Eltron's Mass does 300. Our curse missed. I would like to get stamina here, but at the same time, I think the easiest way to get stamina here is to just charge. Alright, so now they've all been trait disabled. He does have the Eltron's mask though. So I'm thinking we can pull one of those triggers using Baby instead of turn transferring. And then we can pull the other trigger. Alright, so now we should be free to turn transfer. I'm just going to save the turn transfer. All right, so we beat a team that another team where I wouldn't figure we would beat. All right, so this looks near impossible. Double Mega Taunt with the 1200 stamina remover. Oh, this is going to be something. We cannot nurr into... It's one or the other here. We have to trait disable. Alright, so now... we can beat him to death with Steam. We can beat him to death with Steam. I need to get rid of those triggers, but... I guess an alt would be devastating for me. Alright, that makes 3. We're near impossible wins that we won. We're in top 500. Easy. This could be tough. We might have got lucky the past couple times. There's absolutely no defense on Hardy, so we can survive that first turn. Trait disable always lands. Check for relics. Looks like we can miss. Alright. Pretty sure we're blinded for 3 turns. Yeah, like it's bugged. Nab's trap at 180. Let's just take out Alright, still winning fights. That should be tough. So I've exhausted all of my purrs, and Shelly put Megaton back up, so thankfully we landed a baby. Hopefully the Cane's trigger will fight off the bleed. And the Rotten Strap. That could have been way worse had our baby not landed on the Shelly. This should be a tough team, for sure. It's basically the same defense that I'm currently using. The only thing good we got going for us here is only Chuckle. So we need to kill Vampira first if we want to avoid all the stamina draining relics. We don't want to risk the positive effects protect going up with Shelly, but at the same time, I got nothing for this turn. Hopefully we can pull this out. First area dodge, taunt of the night. Got a max pump seed and a max wangs to work around. So we moved 600 places. Enemy has a steam for the first time. First Pierce team of the night. Super 150s. This could be really tough. Jazzy mask and tons of traps. Gonna CDA him. I'm just going to turn transfer, kill the attacker. Alright, so this is the first all-strength Hardy. We might not be able to just tank a hit. Looks like it's going to be easier than that. Alright, so for the first time, let's check out what's been happening on defense. We've been attacked 3 times. Or I guess 5 times. Let's see, any of these good revenges. Alright, so we still haven't lost yet. Let's go back and try to revenge some of these for some good points. Alright, we'll just go after the 7-4. They're so much lower than me that they're not really a bunch of points. Alright, I think I get more points if we just do our regular attacks. First double mega taunt triple hardy, triple strength hardy, we might be in some trouble here. It's taken almost an hour and a half to break into the top 300. I feel like there's not going to be any moves on Vampira if we CDA her. Alright, so we were correct. Let's get a vulnerable on her as soon as possible. Let's get dots on her as soon as possible. And let's get rid of anticipation. Should be able to finish them off. A ton of strength runes on this team. The dude is really high rated though. Kind of forgot about the anticipation, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so far tonight, this looks like the scariest team of them all. I am assuming this is where we go down, but the relics are horrible, so there could be a chance. Yeah, this looks rough. Alright, so I also got alted, which is pretty rough. Alright, so that's the first defeat of the night. I think I misplayed pretty badly in there, so I'm not disappointed with my team yet. I know I said I would change up if we lost, but honestly I don't see any changes that need to be made other than I wish this was a higher level. See, it gives 180 points instead of, or I mean 88 points instead of 135. Yeah, I think that's my mistakes. Alright, so I've opened up an hour and a half worth of PvP eggs while playing, and we've only made it to inside the top 300. This may or may not become a two-part series. Let's see, 213 with the Rotten's Trap. I'm thinking he's gonna die from the turn transfer. Alright, so now my defense is starting to get attacked a little more often. We just lost 3 times in 10 minutes. So maybe my defense can only carry to about the top 300. Max pump seat staff, and that's it. So now I'm not getting very many trophies for each attack, so it's definitely slowing down my ability to climb into the top. Here we go, we got a 30, and this guy's got a Robo Elf. So we're looking at a Manus and a Nabs. The nabs only removes 143. Let's go after it. This should be a tough one too. It looks like we've got, yeah, roughly 600, 900 stamina coming off there. We've got Chuckle with the Anticipate. Hopefully the only thing that's going to help us out is the low relics. There's tons of immune to control here. I feel like if I CDA Vampira, she won't do anything, but how do I get the trait disable on Chuckle if Megaton goes back up? Whereas I can cast Total Blind. Even Total Blinded, I can trait disable the other. So yeah, I'm just gonna baby here. I just took a chance at trying to get the vulnerable to cast. Alright, so the only monster I can even hurt. Okay, so we got alted. We probably won't win from an alt. I don't know though, maybe. Still got that damn trigger. Triple strength hardy. I think we, per the Bombetta, CDA the Platypus, then trait disabled turn transfer. Let me check, what are we looking at relic wise? Yeah, we'll be able to smash on Hardy up there. Oh wait, that's not going to work because I forgot they both have anticipation. Ouch. Oh yeah, that's right, we CDA'd him. can't risk bomb Nuring, so maybe it is. Ugh. The first rag I've seen all night. I wasn't paying attention to the SC. That was a horrible misplay. Yeah, that was my fault. I'm not switching my team when it's me who's messing up. Like, I tried to CDA a person who had immune to CDA. Like, I don't think it gets any worse than that. This is the first time I've seen anything like this. So far, I'm kind of surprised with how well the team's doing in PvP. I expected this video to be way different. I expected that we would have trouble in PvP. All the teams that I thought we would have trouble against, we're doing pretty well against. The only two losses that I have are to my own stupidity, in my opinion. So I finally broke into the top 200. We're almost there. Can we just get... Wow, all these runes. Can we just get some decent rated opponents here? That's the only question. I feel that Baby is pretty risky. I think we just go for turn transfer, even though everyone is loaded relic-wise. I mean, I can take one trigger off of her and then smack Shelly, maybe? wasn't enough. Thankfully, we got an idiot running that stupid move. But we burnt our baby. Yeah, we burnt our turn transfer. It's very unlucky. Everything missed. Yeah. Again, I think this is my own stupidity. Should have just went for baby. Alright, so we do got an Eltron mask there to watch out for. Just 96 more players to pass. Alright, so it looks like some of the people that we attacked tried to revenge and lost, like that Hakunin no Kami, Oscar. These are all people that were on my recent attacks. So the defense is still holding up in top 200. This definitely looks like a tough one. There's a lot of strength on the Platypus, and we're looking at a Nabs trap for 164, and Eltron's is 238, so this is really rough. And Famp going first is horrible for us. I feel like what do I do here? Trait disable and a turn transfer won't work. We could CDA Vampira. Dude's going to area dodge everybody then. But what he's not going to do is Nur. I have a big feeling Vampira is not wearing a 0 cooldown move. I feel like there's a lot of things I could do to misplay this, and I really need to get that trait off of Chuckle. I can't baby them at all if I go for the CDA. What's the best thing that comes out of baby? 2 curses and Platypus goes into the baby? Yeah, I'm not liking that. So I'm thinking we're going to go with the CDA. Alright, so basically everything went the way I hoped it would. Except, did Vampire get 2 turns? Maybe. I don't think so. Maybe, but I might have missed it. We're going to trait disable Chuckle next. Just get a vulnerable on. Alright, so we've gotten rid of both anticipates. The question is, can I survive? And it looks like the answer is yes. His Eltron mask only has one trigger left. I'll miss because I'm total blinded though. He's gonna cane. I could definitely baby these people. That'll pull the trigger off of the Eltron mask. Chuckle won't be in a baby though, so I kind of need Chuckle dead like right this minute. Like, so yeah, let's turn transfer. Let's take advantage of the fact that we get a jazzy trigger on Chuckle. We just can't get this monster under 170. Yeah, 165, something like that. So yeah, as long as we don't take her under 190, we should be good. Come over here and smack this monster. Uh, 230. My Jazzy only gives 158. Or 203, which means I can bring back one of those. Alright, he's out. Super misplay. We had that fight. Oh my god. Maybe we didn't have it. I don't know. I just feel like we messed that up pretty bad. Chuckle did what we expected though with Ner, but I forgot Chuckle still had that shield on to not take damage. So I'm at 4 aggravating losses. The fact that every one of these monsters is decked out with stamina drain, I'm just gonna go for a CDA on the Vampira, I think, and then then into Baby. A 128 nabs trap might be able to swing through that. I would hate to get babied here. Another tough team here. Thankfully, it's for a bunch of trophies. We're not doing well when these Vampiras go first. If my Eltron's mask had a little bit more juice on it, I think we'd do better. Double dotted the same monster, though. We have no stamina draining relics on anyone but Shelly. Oh man, just 77 more people to go. A double Megaton for only 4 trophies. What a ripoff. Alright, 24 trophies. This team doesn't even look good. Gonna go ahead and jump on this 9K-er, I believe. Yeah, it looks like a tough team. Rank 37. Be a good showcasing of our team. If we can pull this out, what do we got? A Watts mask and a Rotten's trap. So we would like to go after the Vampira. Yeah, we're just really trying to not die before we get set up. Alright, that is perfect showcasing that Hardy is not the problem. This definitely looks like a tough team. Let's try that out. That's the rank 15 team. Oh, wowzers, bro. What are we looking at here? Nab's Trap, Wang's Shield, Watt's Mask. So the only guy we can even stamina whack on is Hardy. This is not looking good for us. The only good thing we got going on is we do get to taunt monster with the... Okay, please, no recasting Mega Taunt. Oh, God. They're in trouble. That's a rip. I can't do anything here. Beat. Yeah, so when double Megataunt recasts Megataunt, it's pretty much a wrap. I'm hoping to, I guess, trade disable in the baby and try to win from there. Put the CDA on Rotten. I don't really know what to do here. I guess we'll take the alt. I think we would have been okay with just baby though. It's the gold, the gold gambler. Just 51 more people to go. Alright, so we're going to try to take on the number 8. Basically just trying to get some quicker trophies to get this thing over with. 34 would be nice. Let's see, we got masher staff instead of a pump and a manus. Old suicidal vampira. Just 32 to go. Well, at least Glenn gets to experience the same defeat. I lost to him. He was one of the teams where I was pretty confident I could have beat his team, and I lost. But it looks like we redeemed ourselves. Who's still running Grokken? Put a smack there. CDA there. Put a smack there. Baby. I have no idea how baby missed. Turn transfer to myself. Oh my goodness. That was super close to unlucky. I'll save that 9. Just 25 players to go. Come on, game. So this is going to be extremely rough. I should have paid attention to the life on these tanks, and we should have just charged and then purred and then AoE'd, and we would have been fine. So we will get to trait disable into turn transfer. Let's just check the relics. He's got 1. Let's eat that trigger. Oh my god, no I didn't. I just got rid of my ability to trait disable. Oh, what a super misplay, dummy. Maybe. Maybe we just CDA him. Nope. Alright, let's go attack the 2 higher revenges. We're looking at a Watts mask. This one should be some good trophies if we can somehow win. Alright, just 5 more players to go. Alright, guys. Now I just need to get attacked so that I can officially stay up here in the top 100 for the ending of this video. Let's not misplay again. 288. Okay, so the first one is the Mega Taunter with the taunt. We just have to hope they don't put it back up. Oh, so much for that. He's blinded. Why do I always have the worst blinded luck in my life? Blind means total blind for me. Oh my gosh, and the 1-point killer. If we can just get like one more decent trophy opponent before being attacked, we should be okay. This is our opponent, let's not mess it up. Do we baby the Hardy or go for the CDA? I think we baby the Hardy. Alright guys, so after what feels like almost 4 hours, I had a 2-hour egg with 20 minutes left. I had a 2-hour egg, a 1-hour egg, and a half-hour egg. So almost 3.5 hours, roughly 3 hours. That's how long it took to climb from 1000th position to 89th place. We are in the top 100, and that is only using Steam Team. This team here, I thought originally when starting the video that I was going to build multiple Steam teams, but I had no idea how successful this team was going to be. So I want to go ahead and go over the attack team and the defense team to end the video. Alright, so the setup on Steam is... of course, they're all 150s, but it's all team speed. It's not like the Gauntlet where monsters have 1,000,000 HP. A lot of the meta teams that we went up against and that you're going to go up against are basically just speed based, meaning they don't have like a huge boost to HP. Their HP comes from mutant runes, so you don't need a lot of strength. The move pool is the 3 extra turn moves, which I think is going to be the same for everyone, and then the one move is 0 cooldown vulnerable attack. Vulnerable does make the curses and the quicksands on your other monsters do double damage, which is very, very crucial. This allows you to fight back from being CDA. This also allows you to still be aggressive when not able to take an extra turn. Like, you're able to smack pretty hard, leave them vulnerable. If you have dots on them, that's going to add up. The relics, I have the cane sword. It's not even half, it's about halfway maxed, so it could be doing a lot more damage and healing me a lot more. The healing does come in handy fighting against dots, and then my Jazzy Mask could be a higher rank or 4 more levels to give me some more stamina, but it's only 22 stamina each that we're missing, but it's still 75 almost a fight. And then on Linworm, we end up with the turn transfer, the baby, which is a must, and then we have CDA and the purr move. I'd love to be able to run reverts, but there's just not enough room. When it comes to the relics, we're using the Cane of Atlantis to try and help feed our Steam stamina, try to help feed our whole team stamina, and we're basically using it to avoid using the Pump Seed Staff because we don't want to drain the enemy's stamina. That's the same thing with like Masher Staff. We don't want to take stamina away from the enemy because we want our Jazzy Mask on Steam to do that, which means so we don't want to take away from our Steam's ability to eat stamina. That's the setup on him. The runes, I have him 10, 10, 9 so that he'll be slower than Tabora, which is all 10s. And then since I don't have any mutants that I'm not using on my defense team because I wanted my defense team to be as strong as possible so that it would give me more time to climb tonight, I'm using a mutated stamina just to help with the stamina problems. Then moving over to Tabora. Tabora, we are running the trait disable per and the single trait disable. I believe these are a must. If you watched, you've seen that many times I'm using the first one to get rid of some sort of mega taunt, and then we're trying to survive the turn so that on the next turn we can get rid of the anticipation monster with this. And then this is my way of attacking, and then this is my way of supporting my team. So that's how I'm running my Tabora. This mask could definitely be leveled up more to drain 300 stamina instead of 205, which would make a big difference. I think we've seen it dramatically have an impact in the Vampira fights, whereas Vampira attacks your Tabora, and if she's cursed, when she does that, it's enough to pretty much end her turn sequence, and we're going with all speed. Then moving over to the defense, this defense is basically a Vampira support team. The Vampira's at the start of the show, the other 2 monsters are just there to support Vampira. So I'll go over Vampira. When using Vampira on attacks, I'm a huge believer in the total blind move since the AI is really stupid, but when you're being attacked by the enemy, I feel like regular blind is so much better than the total blind because your opponents are going to be able to play around total blind. So we have the 2 extra turns, which I think is a must, then we have the Nightmares on the Streets for our damage, and we have Moon Rising for our purr. It is removing the positive status effects from one enemy twice. The reason why we go with that is because Platypus is a real thing, and he can cast Area Dodge, and you don't want your monster to have absolutely no way to defend against that. Being able to squeeze in between his Area Dodge and purr that anticipation can be the game changer in a fight. Moving on to Bomb. Oh wait, I forgot the relics on Vampira. The relics, we are running the must of Mr. Beast banner so that you can eat stamina, and then we're using Rotten's Trap just because that's where I had it left since the Gauntlet, and I figured that it might come in handy since the other two monsters are nowhere near as good as Vampira, which means Vampira is the star of the defense team, which means if you kill my Vampira, my team's probably not going to win, which means most likely one of these two lower monsters is going to be the first one to die, not my Vampira, and if they are, then my Vampira will be able to eat stamina with the trap. Moving on to Bombetta, we are running pretty much all support skills with supporting himself and supporting the team. This Nur is the main reason why I wouldn't be running Cryo or I wouldn't be running Shelly. It's the fact that if you're dotting my team up or you're trait disabling my Anticipate, this guy can Nur it and put it all back. And then Blinding Punch is his only way of attacking the enemy. His relics are double Morg's armor, just for more HP since he's not packing a lot of HP. He's only at 175 because of all the team speed. So being able to gain an extra 100 from the armors is definitely a pretty sweet thing for him. And then moving on to Chuckle. Chuckle is basically here to keep the extra turn monsters at bay to stop my team from getting run over. I'm not big on the Chuckle's skills yet, but I do know for a fact that this is probably Chuckle's best skill at the moment in the meta. It doesn't cost very much stamina, it has no cooldown, it single targets, so it deals with area dodge, and it removes tortures, which is huge. And then this one is another good one because it puts controls on all of your allies, which makes it harder for like a Thasla to get through. And then this is the Purr move. And then we're just running the Pyro Shield, which I'm not really a big supporter of the Pyro Shield on this. And then my Amulet should be switched to a higher one. It's only level 1. But that is what I have left on my defense. Where's, I think my Black Feather, yeah, was wearing it. And then we have the Pump Seed Staff, which is more about when I get hit, removing the enemy's stamina than anything. So that's the setup that I went with in tonight's video, and I think I did a good job of showing that it is possible to use Steam in PvP to break into the top 100. We climbed all the way from 1000th position, actually below 1000th position at 1006 to 89. Now it did take a long time, but again, you don't have to do it all in one night. You can do it all in one season. So maybe if you guys like this video, I will try to run a different Steam team in PvP. If you all aren't happy with the fact that I just ran one team, but I honestly didn't think I was going to be able to map the team out that well for, I think really the biggest problem wasn't the team, it was me. My 5 losses, I think more than half of them were my own mistakes, meaning I think if I got more practice with the team and running it in PvP, it could do much better. So anyway, guys, that's my take on the Steam and PvP, and I will be making another video tomorrow, so I will see you later. Peace.